Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is Warren from Jacksonville, Florida, coming at you guys with another lesson. Hope it's edifying to the Akim, to the Aqua family, to the children also. But before I get into it, I want to give all praises to the Father and the Son in their holy proper names. Call Halayullah, Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Harakwa, Kwadash, Ma'amath. And I want to do a double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS and salutations to the brothers that's pushing this truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth continually, alright? And I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. This is basically a quick lesson dealing with having stability with Yahawah and Yahawashi, having a covering, alright, with Yahawah and Yahawashi, alright, because in these times to come, Jacob's trouble, it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be a lot of sorrowful things going on. Um, you know, gnashing of teeth going on in those times, to where we should be seeking after shelter. We should be seeking shelter now before that shelter door is closed, man. Because once that shelter, that which is grace, man, Shalaki, when that grace is gone, all right, you're gonna be basically in a tormented mindset, because you don't know who to call on, man. All right, so like the scripture says, it says, "Seek him now, seek him early while he is found." All right, so I'm just going ahead and get straight into it. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire, and are not to be compared unto her." All right. So with that being said, with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, Sophia, the Comforter that Yahawah have given it to us. All right. This should be something that we should be treasuring for. We should be seeking and searching out for, man, because this is the real riches. All right. This is the real riches of the world, man. Because the riches of this world in today's society is nothing. It's nothing. All right. It's paper. It's fiat currency. All right. Which is get ready to soon to be transferred or converted to a digital currency, which is still nothing. All right. So these words, this truth, is nothing you can compare it to. Not even rubies. All right. Not even jewelry or jewels. All right. That's how precious Yahawah and Yahawashi words are. All right. They are true and pure. All right. It says, "Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and her paths are peace." All right. It says, "She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is every one that retaineth her." All right. So when you seeking the face of Yahawah and Yahawashi, seeking His word, seeking His truth, all right, seeking His understanding, all right, there's peace, there's pleasantness, man, in it, because what the scriptures are. The scriptures are for comfort, man. It's for understanding. It's for edification, man. And this is only for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. This is not for no one else. All right. This book was written for us. This is our heritage. This is our history, man. This is our way of us seeking shelter, man. Because when you search the scriptures, you search and you find who your powers is, who you are at that. Because we're not black, we're not African American. If you search the scriptures, you will see that it's only talking about a peculiar people, a certain few of people, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and nobody else. All right. So what the scripture says, it says, "She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her." It's one thing to hear and hearken, and listen to the words of truth, but it's another thing when you can retain the truth, man. Because when you retain it, you're keeping it. All right. You're not forsaking it. You're not despising it. All right. So Isaiah 33:6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Alright, so that's calm, man. The wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of our times, alright? And strength for salvation. We'll have a bold, confident, spirit within ourselves when we retain the information of Yahawah and Yahawashi, man, because this is our strength, this is our powers, man. This is our spiritual powers, man. All right, and in times to come, we will be rewarded with more spiritual powers, with new bodies, with new minds. All right, having the knowledge and the understanding written in our inward parts, man. That's the true goal. That's the true riches, man. That's the true mark that we should be seeking after. All right, but not the riches of this world, because the riches of this world is gonna lead you to destruction. All right. You're following after a fake currency. That's nothing that you can pass down to your child. All right, because the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of our powers is everlasting, man. Never ending. All right, and it's gonna be a stability. All right, it's gonna allow us to have a covering, have a tower to run into. All right, because when you seek the face of Yahawah and Yahawashi, all right, you seeking to know who he is. You seeking him for help, versus seeking help from Pharaoh. All right, and what the scripture says, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. All right, so woe unto you that seek help other than your powers, man. All right, because you're basically saying that you're trusting in them. You're basically saying you trust in them. All right, and not your powers. Just like how our people depend on this government assistance, all right, we shouldn't be depending on it. All right, we should be depending on our powers, right, to get us out of any type of situation we may be in. All right, this is Psalms 27:3. It says, though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. All right, that's where the confidence should come in, because we have retained, and we know that and we know the knowledge of wisdom and understanding, man. All right, so it says if anyone come against us, man, men or women, all right, it says to not fear. All right. It says though war should arise against me, it says to be confident. All right. Why? Because we got Yahawah and Yahawashi behind us. All right. They got our backs, man. They got that covering over us. That nothing so that nothing can harm us, man. All right. Verse 4. It says, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. All right, so we're the men of the Lord, the righteous men. They're seeking Yahawah and Yahawashi constantly. All right, continually. All right, so that we can inquire, to be in his temple, to have a covering, to have that rock, for us to have that rock and be rooted in. So let me reread it again. It says, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord. All right, not a temple made with hands. All right, a spiritual house. It says, all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. So Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahawashi says, the ones that seek after him, he's going to make sure he puts a pavilion over you. He's going to make sure he puts a covering over you, all right? to where you won't be harmed or in any form of affection, man. So it says, for in time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, it says, he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me, and set me upon the rock. And who was that rock? The rock is Yahawashi. All right. So if we're seeking after Yahawah and Yahawashi, all right, that's gonna allow us to be rooted upon his foundation, to be rooted upon the rock, to be rooted inside of his tabernacle, all right, so that we could be, you know, so we could be comforted, you know, in that time of affliction, in the time of sorrow, all right. And this is Proverbs 18:10. It says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. It's a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. So you know, if you seek Yahawah and Yahawashi, you know, constantly, day in and day out, season in season out, all right, you will be able to be able to run into that tower, man. Run into that tower of safety, man. All right, calling on the true powers names, Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, not calling on Jesus, not calling on Allah or Yeshua. All right, those are false names, but the true powers names are Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, these are the names that's gonna have you being able to be saved, man. All right, having faith, having hope in them that can take you from out of that captivity or that shame or that sorrowful mind, man. All right, and the last scripture, Isaiah 54:14, it says, in righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. All right, so if you're rooted in Yahawah and Yahawashi, if you're calling upon them in their holy and proper names, all right, you seeking their faces continually, all right, searching the scriptures to find out who they are, all right, and to find out who you are, all right, in the midst of this deceitful mess that we are in, all right, because Esau is pushing out many lies, and he's the ultimate deceiver, all right, and there's many more brothers that's a part of Israel, but they are not of Israel because they telling a lot of it telling lies, it telling deceitful things to our people to have them go astray. All right, but if you seeking, if you praying, all right, continually asking for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you will be able to retain and know what's good and what's bad. All right, you'll be able to see what's good and what's bad, man. And then you will also be able to have that might. All right, you will have that might, you will have that mind, that sound mind through the scriptures to continue what they're on. All right, because what the scripture says, it says, let me get the scripture. Hold on. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. It says, verse 28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." So, so if we striving to know who He is, striving to know, you know, what the scriptures say, all right, striving to be a perfect man, all right, striving to be like Yahawashi, you know, using him as a measuring tool, a measuring stick to measure yourself, all right, because it always tells us, the scriptures always tells us to examine ourselves, all right. But if you strive for the truth unto death, the Lord shall fight for thee, all right. Yahawashi shall fight for thee. All right, they should fight for thee and give thee a covering of safety, man. All right. So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying, to the occupant, to the aqua, to the children also, and I pray that, you know, we can continue, you know, to fight, man. I pray that we can continue to fight for Yahawah and Yahawashi through it all, man, thick and thin. And with that being said, I want to say shalom.